save.
And shots like... And very quick was an understatement. We are immediately into the next series. VESPA versus St. Clair, trying to move on in the loser's bracket, trying to meet up with Rochester, and eventually meeting up with Stockton at the end of it. And immediately Virginia Tech, lots of pressure on the Saints, going to get 2 or 3 shots off already. So as we said, an angry team can be a very dangerous team, and so far we're seeing a lot of bumps coming through from both sides. Wow.
And I'm being told there's a couple of different players on this VESPA roster compared to what we saw back then, so I definitely do not want to assume like the play style will be the same here. VESPA, granted, they're always aggressive in their own right, but we'll have to see. But I believe that's going to be, let's see here, Nivis, who's going to actually be right there to set up Akio. Is that how we want to pronounce it?
Aiko? Let's go with Aiko.
Aiko, going to start things off here for VESPA after a fantastic aerial shot.
Yeah, great little pass over the middle. Quint not able to get there in time. Kamal just looking off. Unfortunately, sadly, could not get there for the stop. So Virginia Tech will draw first blood over St. Clair. Got to be feeling good for them. And obviously, best of 5, a lot of game to play. So Saints, they've been down 1-0 a couple of times. So I suspect that, just retool, regroup, get their feet under them, and try to make some plays.
I feel like I recognize Fable, though. I could be wrong.
I believe so. That sounds familiar, yeah.
Whether it be for VESPA or whether it be from maybe another squad from back in the day, we'll have to see. Sounds like it was from VESPA, though, so...
Yeah, I recognize the name, I believe so.
Interesting to see the new roster, nonetheless, as we see Kamal looking to start something up. But now, breakout, other direction. Kamal is back already after a couple of demos. Fable and Christian getting at it with each other with the double demo.
Yeah, and Aiko with a really good job dribbling there. Get to the middle, try to set up for a goal. Going to be intercepted from Fable. Quint getting the touch on it. Going to be knocked back over, though, by Nivis. Now the Saints trying to figure out some way to get this back into the zone, get possession, try to make a play. Kamal taking to the skies, as he's done so often today, is going to get picked off, though, by Aiko in the air. A little bit of VESPA taking it back to the Saints, and little crack at the net there. Very weird angle. Christian somehow getting across there for the save. So VESPA, this is a pretty high level of aggression, and they're finding a lot of holes in the defensive teams as well.
Yeah, as we see, it's going to be Aiko once again going to find the back of the net, tucks it into the right corner after just picking it up himself and firing out his own aerial.
Yeah, and that's tough. 2 Saints were there in the back line. Quint had to deal with 2 members trying to brute force that one in the net, so not a whole lot you can do in that situation. Saints got to try to get one on the board here, try to close this gap slowly and say lots of time to work with, but got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. Nivis versus Quint off of the face-off. Quint's going to pick this one up and look to try and do a little air dribbling for himself and not going to be able to get it towards the net. Aiko, once again, maybe looking for a hat trick here in game number 1. Send a message out early as Christian. No boost, does not matter. He's going to just push this thing as much as possible. Flips it on forward. Wow. Almost gets it onto Quint's bumper. He gets a piece of it, but he's not going to be able to put that towards the net.
Yeah, he was able to steal that corner boost away from VESPA, but they did get the demo there. Christian, little shot trying to get the second touch there. Will be denied by Fable there, or Aiko, I believe. Quint, watch the ball go over his head. Nivis is going to try to set up someone down the field there. Great little pass and shot. What a play by VESPA. Will be denied off the backboard, though. Not out of danger. Kamal once again going to come across with the save. So Aiko and Fable trying to get it done on the offensive end. Fable with the aerial will get denied. Ball careening back toward the corner there. VESPA trying to hold on to possession here. Kamal will get the touch, though, and hopefully the Saints will try to play free set.
All right, Aiko not afraid to send it and just try to knock that thing towards the net. Whether it's pretty or not, definitely going to be some player to look for as this game continues. But we see Nivis gets it over both of the Saints defenders, forcing them back. A little bit of a 1-on-2 scenario, though. Going to pick his opportunity to try and challenge. Pop fly. Aiko's just doing corkscrews in the crease, trying to set this one up. Fable, shot on target, but a big save from Quint.
Great adjustment midair by Quint to turn the car around, swing that back end over, and make the save. But VESPA still not going away. They got insane amounts of pressure on St. Clair. Ball hanging over the net what seems like forever. Going to go for the double touch off the backboard, trying to read it in the net. Just off the crossbar. Saints get a little bit lucky there. Now Quint trying to get the breakout. Christian wide open, net off of Quint's pass, and it will be denied by Fable. Keeping it at 0 for VESPA, and the Saints do not get on the board, and now the counterattack back the other way.
It does not get much closer than that. Beautifully played from VESPA to get back in just the nick of time. My goodness, normally you write that one off when you see that kind of play happening, but they're able to make the save.
Yeah, great job there to keep that 2-goal lead, keep the insurance policy as we get deeper and deeper into game 1 here. Run that clock off, try to kill some momentum. Great little double touch there from Christian. No one quite there to follow. Kamal will get there. Back to Christian. Not going to find the net, though. A little bit wide of the mark there. We'll be back toward the center. Now VESPA chip it back toward the Saints zone, and the Saints got to find a way to get off this back foot and get the ball out of the zone. Fantastic job to hang that ball in the air as Aiko just finding a way to keep it in that Saints net all day long. Fable going to be there as well, but VESPA just trying to play time at this point.
Absolutely. There's a minute left on the clock. Aiko still wants that hat trick. We see him spinning around like this is like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but just able to, with these stunts, still find shots on target. But Quint now trying to get something going here for the Saints. They do not have a whole heck of a lot of time.
Yep.
This 2-goal lead is not insurmountable, but you need something quickly. Otherwise, you're really leaving it to the last-second opportunity. And we know that Virginia Tech's not going to stop the pressure.
Yeah. Great save there by Christian to keep the game within reach at least. Kamal going to be challenged there by Nivis, so the Saints still on this back foot, still buried in their end, and Vespa just infinite pressure right now. The Saints cannot find anywhere to kind of get this ball out. They can't find those passing lanes. Everything just kind of seems to be shut down, and the more and more it looks like game one will probably end up being a shutdown for Vespa here. Saints got to find a goal in the next 5-10 seconds, and even then, you get a tall order to score twice, so they got to make something happen. Decent chance to score here. Vespa gonna find the clear, and more than likely will end up finding game one as well. Looks like they will win 2-0 against the Saints.
Yeah, going to take this one regardless. They're going to probably try and get one on the board, nearly getting it with the crossbar. But the Saints are going to be shut out here as Akio is going to be able to get the 2 goals there for the squad. 4 shots in their own right. Fable may not have a goal, but holy smokes, that was a lot of shots.
Yeah.
10 goals across the, or 10 goals. That would have been crazy. 10 shots across the board here for Vespa. A very solid, not completely dominant, but you definitely felt that the control was in their hands.
Yeah, and defensively especially, as you can see, they had 6 saves on 7 shots. So when you find a 95% save rate, you're probably going to find a lot of success in the game in Vespa. They had a really good job keeping the Saints on the back foot, finding a lot of those chances, and then when the ball came to their end, they're able to just lock it down and keep the Saints out of there.
And then I don't know if it's just me here, but going into this next game, I'm kind of hoping we see a little bit more passing play come back.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily that they didn't go for it, but it feels like hesitation is really kind of ruining them a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of those games during the early phases where they would just fire off these Hail Mary passes knowing that their teammate was going to go get it. It doesn't feel like that player who's meant to receive the pass is necessarily on the same level or on the same page.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see moving on forward here if they can get some of that confidence back. But a play like that could make trouble. Nivis, his first goal of the series, is going to get Vespa on the board.
And just like that, one demo causing a litany of problems for the Saints. No one able to get back in time, and then just ball walking down the middle. No mistake about it. Nivis going to be there for the close. And now Vespa immediately up 1-0 again. So St. Clair got to find some way to finally get a goal on the board and try to get this chain broken.
Without question, an awkward pop fly here off the start. The demo's going to go down, but what about the teammate? Aiko is going to secure goal number 2 after such an awkward pop fly.
Yeah, those are really tough to read, and somehow, once again, Vespa getting the mid-air demo, just finding a way to clear that space, even if it's for a second. That's all they've needed so far. Open up that little lane, get the aerial lane or the passing lane open, and then easily they're able to convert it. And now, just like that, going to be 2-0 for the Saints, and just as I said before, they're going to have to find something here.
Without question, we see now Kamal looking to do just that. No boost in hands for the time being, however. Quint looks for the steal. Not going to happen. 1-on-2. They hunt them down. They secure it. This is just textbook at this point here for Vespa.
Yeah, Vespa just doing pretty much whatever they want. Or it looks like Nivis going to snap the ankles of Quint, and then just a 2-on-1 again. Just literally nothing you can do in the net there. Maybe you get a 1% to make a save, but Vespa back-to-back goals in the first minute of Game 2. And St. Clair, I will say, you got to find some way to dig back in this game, because going down 2-0 to a really solid team this late in the bracket, man, you're playing with fire.
I mean, Nivis there on that last goal didn't even necessarily make contact with the goaltender. It looked more like a screen than anything.
Smoke screen.
Like, I don't know can you screen somebody in Rocket League? Because it definitely looks to be the case. Either way, it forced the goaltender's move to be much later than I'm assuming they would have wanted. And with a 3-goal lead after basically a minute and a half, that definitely hurts. But we'll have to see what happens if the Saints can bring this one back. But definitely hurts a little.
Yeah, now you got to walk the fine line of we need to score a goal. You want to score one pretty quickly so you don't have to go up 3-0 with like a minute left, but you want to get one quickly at the expense of not losing anything on the defensive end, because one more goal to Vespa, truthfully, would probably spell the end for St. Clair, regardless how much time is left. We don't really see too many comebacks like that in Rocket League, so you got to find a way to get this one in. Vespa back in their own end, though. They are going to have possession to play this one out. Nivis trying to make something happen over the end here. Saints will be there for the deny. Quint going to win the 50. Fable there for the follow, and so far Vespa just once again right into the Saints' end and right in their wheelhouse in front of the net, and Nivis with a very close chance there.
Nivis going from being basically strictly the defender, the goaltender, to actually being a rather consistent threat here on the Saints zone. Now we see Maul up into the skies, looking for a shot off the backboard. It is going to be denied. I believe that was Fable pushing on the side. Shot going to be going wide. Quint had the right idea, but could not quite get it past the defenders on the side of Vespa.
Once again, over the middle, these passing plays for VESPA have been so clean and so crisp, just finding the mark every single time in front of the net, and a shot toward the net. Second attempt might come through. Great job by Christian, double up on the saves there, but Aiko still in the zone, trying to make a play. Great play by Christian, but the ball is hanging up again in the danger zone for the Saints. It will fall back if its shot comes through. No one in the net, but someone there going to come through for the save. Looks like it was maybe Christian there. Fable once again trying to pitch this one in. VESPA just lighting up the Saints net.
Yeah, it seems like they have a newfound confidence, to say the least, even if they aren't the hardest shots. Basically, between the Purdue match and this Virginia Tech match, we are seeing some of the most awkward, like bouncy, lopsided shots coming out here from the Saints. And to be fair, they've been able to stop the majority. But right now in game number 2, they are just finding their mark over and over again. Saints are struggling to try and find one. Yeah, they got to find one soon because it's not looking really good, and then they're going to be praying for that reverse sweep, so hopefully they got to push it to game 5, though. Got to start with one. You got to find a goal first. You have to get on the board in the series. You can't win if you don't score. So the Saints, even if they don't end up scoring 3 goals and coming back this game, you have to just put one in the net for the mental. So you see one go and you realize, okay, we can do this. We can get this done. But VESPA right now, they seem to have all the answers to St. Clair's test. And something about the communication, at least just from eyeballing, it seems to be a little bit off. Some of the Saints are off going to try and secure the defenders or try to like interfere with the goaltenders, as we see a good save there from Tomal. But then the person who's supposed to take the shot isn't actually going for it. So it just seems to be that they're a little bit out of shapes right now, but they don't have a whole heck of a lot of time to try to turn this around in the series in general, let alone game 2 here. Yeah, they got to look to flip this one, and honestly, we're getting into that territory of, all right, gear up for game 3 and prepare to have the game of your life, because right now VESPA is just completely dominating game 2 every phase of the game. Defensively shutting things down, finding those chances offensively. Christian going to pop it up a little bit. Saints still fighting, still trying to find that first goal of the series. Nothing doing quite yet, though. Looks like it'll be played over there by Akel. Once again, it'll be Fable behind him trying to make a play. Spike down by Christian there. Kamal going to be there for the follow. Try to get something going for the Saints on the breakout, but no boost to play with it now, just as we blinked again. 30 seconds left. I think we're looking toward game 3, and the Saints praying for that reverse sweep. Yeah, of course, not completely insurmountable, but the way that Virginia Tech is playing, it very well could be the case here, as we see Fable, even in their own zone, just up to the skies, just killing off the time with only 14 seconds left to go. Looking for maybe one more, like, nail in the coffin kind of scenario. But good on Aiko. Not necessarily going for the hat trick, just trying to keep that ball up against the wall. And Saints, I mean, I know the Saints of old seem to have thrived in reverse sweep game 5 kind of scenarios. We need to see if we have a little bit of that still left in the tank, because they are going to need it right here, right now. Otherwise, that's going to be it for their run. One shot on net. You're not going to win any games ever with one shot. I can pretty safely say with accuracy that's not a successful recipe. 10 shots to 1. You didn't even have enough shots to cover the amount of goals that they scored. So Saints, not only do they have to come back and win 3 games in a row, they got to score a goal first. I mean, easier said than done, of course, right? We can preach here on the commentary desk all we want. I would have just score a goal, forehead. But I mean, we definitely know that this is extremely tough. And Virginia Tech, they've just been solid defensively, and they've just been controlling it everywhere. If it's in their zone, they're still controlling it. If it's in the middle of the field and it looks completely harmless, it still ends up being a shot. Like, my goodness. I think control is definitely the perfect word. They just seem to control the pace. St. Clair's kind of playing and reacting to what they're doing because they have them on the back foot. When you keep that pressure on, you make the other team try to either guess what you're doing. And half their goals came on 2-on-1s in front of the net where they just had a clear advantage and they just made the most of it. Nothing really the Saints could be at fault for besides maybe getting that second man in rotation, trying to avoid those demos. But St. Clair, right now, try to get back to those passing plays, maybe try to get something over the middle, try to get these multitude of chances, because right now, say one shot last game, they never even got a rebound in a second chance. Yeah, we're going to have to see if they can follow up on that. Just try to do something just to throw this thing at the goal, to say the least here. Quint is back in the net, getting something started here, but it is going to be intercepted briefly by Nivis. Going to just pass this one off to Aiko, who takes it into the corner. Kamal, though, going to get a piece of it, which just ends up being a pass on over to Nivis. Actually, no, to Christian. This does work out. He's up in the skies looking for the one-on-one, but it is going to be stopped by Aiko. Yeah, great read by Aiko, sitting on that the entire time, just perfectly reading it, there to make the save. Now Nivis going to get the interception, maybe find a shot over the middle. Saints give it away in their own end, and just like before, Virginia Tech will make them pay instantly, and just like that now, 1-0 in Game 3, and the Saints looking at death's door right now. They got to find an answer. Nivis looking for that little pass off of the soft touch from Quint just ended up being the perfect tee-off for Virginia Tech to just take off with that first initial goal here. And it's just unfortunate. I don't know if it's boost starvation or what. Maybe there's another little aspect to this game that us as commentators are having a hard time maybe understanding. But right now, it just seems like Virginia is just moving that much faster than Saints in general.
Yeah, that's why I felt like Virginia was like the one leading the pace, like leading the dance, so to speak. They're the ones that were making St. Clair answer to what they were doing, playing off of how they were playing. Because we saw the Saints, when they were winning earlier, they were the ones putting that pressure, putting the pace on people, kind of trying to wear them out over the course of the game. And right now, so far getting worn out through 3 games, they have to try to find a goal soon. You got to break that 0 off the board for the mental, for everything. You got to get back in the series. You got to start with 1, though. And so far, haven't really found too many chances back-to-back, and Vespa's just been living in St. Clair's crease.
Yeah, without question. And we're going to get ourselves a bit of a clear. Kamal going to try and drag race it down, but it is going to be challenged immediately by Aiko and Fable, who take it to the skies. Aiko is going to get past Christian, so it just leaves Kamal and Quint in the back lines here. Kamal is going to push this aside for the moment. A little bit of an awkward double touch actually sends us right back into the Virginia Tech zone. Gives Saints a little bit of extra breathing room, but at the same time, we're at the halfway point. It's time to go.
Yeah, the Saints, that's the thing. Like, you try to play a lot of pressure right now, but time is definitely not on your side, both in the game and in the series here. Kamal going to try to spike this one down. Fable just going to be there to read it. Not going to get the touch, though. No one actually going to get the ball there for a few seconds. And if you're Vespa or Virginia Tech, honestly, you're okay with that. If the ball's hitting there in the neutral zone, no one's doing anything. You're just ticking down seconds closer to winning this series. So they're definitely okay with it. The Saints, I think at this point, you got to kind of try to force something. Maybe not quite yet. We're not in like the red, like the danger zone yet, but you got to start trying to make plays at this point. Playing defense, you have to make sure you hold the back line, but you have to go find the back of the net, or this is not going to go your way.
Yep, and this could be the case where one more goal here on the side of Virginia Tech would seal the deal. Kamal, though, wants to stop that in its tracks, but of course it's going to be Nivis here to just get back in time and make that stop, send it back the other way, where Fable does have control for at least the time being. Right back on over to Akio, who, wow, Christian, barely going to have to fall right into his own net in order to make that save.
Yeah, Saints all stacked up in the net, trying to get this thing out of here. Ball's going to go back toward mid. Christian maybe can make a play on it. Nivis going to be there for the read, though. Christian maybe ran out of boost there, just trying to get the clear, but Kamal back there on the back line, trying to play it. Fantastic challenge by Fable. Kamal still keeps possession, though. Going to try to set up, I believe it was Quint there. Going to get Demo. Quint's going to find the Demo. Saints maybe can find a hole in the net, but just not quite. The respawn should come through momentarily as well, and Vespa's going to clear it for the time being. They actually might have a shot at the net here. Going to be contested in the air, and actually Fable will find the net, so looked pretty bad for the Saints to start off, and now Virginia Tech looking to close out St. Clair's first CRL run.
Yeah, Christian was right there, but unfortunately was kind of moving in an awkward
Weird
direction.
angle, yeah.
And there's nothing that Kamal could do. You can't really bicycle kick this thing. And a car, I've seen it done like maybe once or twice, but not at that angle. It's now a minute left to go. St. Clair's run, like you said, in jeopardy. They need to get this done pretty much immediately. But with a face-off like that, that's going to take things right back to the Saints' end for just a couple more seconds. As we see, Virginia Tech, they've sent up the tents. They're just sitting here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Off the kickoff, we've already wasted 15 seconds of essentially nothingness for the Saints. Now they get demoed as well. So Virginia Tech, I hate to say, you don't want to pack it in early, but it is not looking good for the Saints. They got to find them in the next 15, 20 seconds, or honestly, it's going to be over.
Without question. We're going to get something happening, though, right through the crease of Virginia Tech, but could not quite get it on target. It's going to leave Nivis, who, of course, just slow it down, wait until the last possible second to take the shot. You don't have to rush in this scenario. Fable just putting on a little bit of extra pressure as the Saints try to clear this thing out. But with 20 seconds left to go, I fear this is probably the end.
Yeah, everything, all good things must come to an end, and seemingly the Saints CRL qualifier run number 1 in the East looks like it will come to an end. There's still a 0.01% chance they score here and someone makes something happen, but I'm not coping that hard. I realize what's coming here. The writing is on the wall. Vespa going to knock out St. Clair at CRL East Qual 1, and insult to injury, they will add a third to the docket. Fable with a hat trick there, and the Saints going to get shut out across the board in all 3 games, and that will be all she wrote for their first run.
Yeah, Vespa definitely, got to say personally anyway,
Wow.
I'm rather impressed with the comeback. Fable alongside whether it be new teammates or maybe teammates with a new name, whatever it may happen to be, definitely looking a lot more cooler, calmer, and collected compared to how we saw them before. Able to find their marks, and it's not like they were doing anything flashy.
No, nothing.
It's just been standard shots on target, just finding your spot, finding good positioning, some solid passes, a little bit of luck in there as well, to be fair, but luck might get you one game, not 3 straight.
Yeah.
So big props to them still.
Yeah, at some point they started to create their own luck, and just as you said, there was nothing extraordinarily flashy. Everything was just fundamental. Read what St. Clair is doing, get a lot of shots on net, and we're going to cause scrums in front of the net, and good things will happen, and good things did happen. 1 or 2 goals maybe could have bounced St. Clair's way, a couple things bounced here and there, but to win 3-0 and shut out the entire series, I think we definitely say Virginia Tech, it was their day today.
Absolutely. Now they're going to go move on and go play Rochester, which then we'll see what happens with whoever wins that going to go play Stockton. But of course, with the Saints dropping out here, that is a top 4 and a placing 4th here. So by all means, nothing to get too far down on yourself about. It does suck.
Yeah.
Basically, that you have to win or you're not
and
getting in.
And that close to beating Stockton early, and then who knows how things turn out.
And you can definitely tell it just did not quite feel the same once that loss happened. And to be fair, some of these players anyway, they've been in the CRL situation, maybe not necessarily NA's CRL, but you've put yourself in that kind of position here. You felt that before, but just know that you're going up against one of the top teams of the world. You had them by a thread. You had them in overtime, and something just did not quite go in your way. That's a learning experience, to say the least. But hopefully they can come back stronger next week when we go for CRL qualifier number 2.
Yeah, we had Academy and Varsity. Unfortunately, both fall short. I think Academy ended up dropping out to Northeastern University. They had to run a gauntlet on their side as well. They had a bunch of former CRL teams, highly competing CCA teams. So both teams, great efforts on the day, able to make a decent run in losers bracket, but they'll have to go for last chance qualifiers next week and hopefully able to regain, retool, and try to squeak into CRL last chance.
Absolutely. That'll be the last possible opportunity. And I know that's where a lot of the goal sets, I know that's where a lot of these players, they want to be, and it would be extremely disappointing if that does not end up happening, of course. But still got another opportunity to try, and we still have plenty of other action outside of Rocket League, of course, right around the corner. We do have our long-form schedule that we're going to show on screen for just a moment's time, actually. Of course, you were just joining us here today for CRL Qualifier. That is it for today, but we will be back here next Sunday for number 2. Valorant, I believe there's going to be some NECC regular season action up against UV Toronto Mississauga. Always a good matchup during playing League of Legends with them. I'm curious to see how their Valorant squad is doing. Then, of course, Wednesday. I know you mentioned this before as probably one of the matches of the week outside of CRL. Of course, the League of Legends squad in NECC action versus Fisher College. Always going to be a tough one in their own right. Brand new to the scene, but they came in with so much knowledgeable staff or experienced staff that you might as well be thinking of it like a Bay State kind of scenario. Clair University is going to be our opponent on Thursday for some nice Call of Duty action. And then Friday, we have a multitude of things. It's showing Rocket League right now, that's going to be the Academy squad in NACC action versus Valparaiso University. But there is also the chance of some collegiate R6, which is something that I've not really had the opportunity to say here in a while. I miss CR6. I miss Rainbow Six Siege. So definitely going to be a fun weekend a fun week ahead of us here for matches, and you sure as heck know you'll see us here Sunday for CRL as well. Yeah,
absolutely. It could be another great week of matches leading up to another historic CRL Sunday. This one lived up to the hype. We saw so many great matches, couple upsets, games going down to the wire, overtime games, game 5s. We saw it all today, and I'd expect to see more next week. Hopefully the results can change, but a lot of big games ahead of us this week, so make sure you stay locked in.
And last thing, of course, is big props to the Saints even still. Because to have to come back from that and just keep competing, we mentioned being the learning experience, but that's tough. That's absolutely really, really tough. You've got the week now. You have a couple of nascent NECC matches as well that you can kind of
tune-up games.
Yeah, get yourself kind of tuned into position, let this wear off a little bit and come back swinging for Sunday.
Yeah, so thank you guys all for tuning in. Unfortunately, Varsity and Academy unfortunately did not make CRL this week. They will go again next week. We thank you guys all for being along the ride with us, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for some Valorant action.
Also, one last thing, of course, before we do call it a night, we do definitely see a lot of Twitch primers and gifters of subscriptions here in the Twitch chat. Do want to thank you all so much for supporting us here at the Saints Gaming CA Twitch stream, and your players or your classmates, whomever it may be, with supporting the broadcast. Big thank you, of course, to Sardista, Donka J Donka, Hybrid CS, and Sirius, as well as everybody for following the matchup. Still plenty of action coming up this week, and I hope to see you there.
The touch finds the goal. 4 for St. Clair and King's College. Script.
Play a match exactly like this happens to them. They got 4-5-0'd by Northwood in the first one, and they're able to come back in the end. But of course, with this being a best of 3 rather than best of 5, you do not have much time, as Christian is going to get himself out but not out. Still able to get the shot off. Shot by a Penguin, getting the shot for themselves as well, but Christian is going to be there with the save.
And shots like that for King's College definitely have to hurt. That one's going to feel really good, though. Juicy.
There we go.
Finally going to get on the board. They take 10% off the gas. They're like, okay, let's make sure we don't want to over-rotate. We don't want to let them get it to like a 2 or 3 goal lead with little time left.
Holy smokes.
That's going to be a fantastic pinch off the backboard, but not going to find the net.
No way.
Second chance, though, and Kamal buries that one home to extend the lead to 5. And now the Saints will gain possession once more toward the mid area. Juicy is going to be there for the contest. Just back to the Saints corner now. Try to chip it back up to the middle area. They're going to get a little space. They have a lot of space, actually. Is he going to find the net? Kamal is going to find the net. Look at 6 shots and 3 goals for Kamal. Finding the back of the net. It won't. King's College shuts the door twice. Saints almost stealing one there on the goal line, but King's College keeping it at zeros for the time being, but the Saints are still pressing. Christian, it does not get much easier than that right down Main Street, and there's the 1-0 lead. This
leads there, so I do not blame King's College in the slightest for missing that one out. However, they need to come back quickly.
Yeah, that was a really good floater by Kamal there right off the kickoff. The Saints, once again, they do such a good job of cycling the ball from the corner to the middle, and Christian and Kamal gonna hook up again for the second goal.
Zone.
Yeah, once again, another demo gonna come through for the Saints. Maybe try to send it toward the middle there. Christian is gonna be there for the follow. Can he find the second touch? Not quite. Second touch will come through from Quint. Kamal looks like all 3 members getting involved, and the back of the net getting found. Quint gonna be the one to put it home.
That could be the goal, as we do see Juicy nearly taking advantage of exactly that, but Christian was there right at the nick of time to make that save, as we do see another fantastic move, another hat trick coming out here from Christian.
On the Saints, if that wasn't the definition of, a little bit of flair, the dramatics goal, that they are getting it done every way right now. In King's College right now, you're just searching for anything, any little sign of life, but Quint wants to snuff it out, and just like that, 5-0 now.
Oh, yeah, the bird.
Yeah.
It's noticed. Nice touch.
Yeah, very nice, especially when you're lighting up the lamp like they have in the last couple of games.
We've seen it a lot.
Yeah,
so far.
Christian, great little play there. Wow. Individual effort. Kamal actually gonna. Looks like two members got.
But of course, definitely improbable at this point. But they're going to try. Shot by Penguin, just could not quite get it past the defender.
Yeah, the Saints look like they want to take another one-way trip to Brazil. They're trying to put another goal on the board, but actually, Numpty Mango is gonna finally find one and break the 0. Be there for a nice little shot. Can someone get the follow? Ooh. Great save by Avery though to keep things scoreless.
Okay, putting on the pressure immediately, but you can see here WKU a little bit more attuned to the faster play style, but it does not matter. Quint is going to just find it and make
out of the zone, trying to keep it cleared out there. Quint gonna have a lot of boosts to play with. What does he have in store this time? Gonna fly through. It's gonna get bumped off the ball. Second man is there to follow. Great touch off the ceiling. Great save. Wow. Christian once again with the follow. Saints just following each other.
Right there as well. He very well could have taken that shot by himself, and it could have been stopped. However, to just send it to the backboard and immediately go offensive hunting, that was huge. That being said, though, answered right back here.
A lot of boost to play with. Gonna try to make a play. Great little pinch off the wall there, but Hilltoppers there for the interception. They'll dump it into the Saints zone and try to break it down.
Nice pass, though, right through the crease, and it is going to crawl through. Red Squirrel is going to find his second one of himself. Will end up doing so into the corner. We see 2 Saints charging on forward. The demo comes through. We're seeing a lot of bunched up Saints right now. I don't know if they're just trying to trade positions, as we do see Quint. No boost, shot on target, and Kamal is going to seal the deal dead center.
How many?
And it's also maybe starting to get on their nerves a little bit here, as we're seeing a couple uncharacteristic whiffs on both ends here. Breakaway opportunity here for Christian, just has to redirect it. Did he get enough of it? He absolutely will. Scores the second one of the game, and but now Kamal just going to carry it through the crease. It actually did bait out one of the defenders, but with everybody going back for boost at this time, they could not make something happen just yet. Now they're going to try, and they absolutely will seal the deal here. Quint's getting gated this time by anyway. It's going to be up to Avery to try and get this out of here.
Yeah, gonna get 50 toward the midline there. Quint gonna be there waiting underneath. Looks like Kamal gonna try to make an air dribble play here. Gonna dodge a defender.
Nice.
Redirection in midair, and Kamal getting it done. The demo in the background.
Another shot gonna be a little bit wide here, but Christian does have at least a little bit of an eye on it as of this moment. No boost left in the tank though, however, so it's going to move to Kamal to try and clear this out. Quint is going to absolutely find it and just effortlessly.
A little bit of early pressure. Yeah, they're right in the screen there. So Christian going to be there for the touch, send it toward mid. Battle going to be there for the challenge as well. Quint try to play it back over the midline here. A little bit of pressure for Auburn early on, and the net is wide open and vacant, and just like that, Rocco going to open things up.
Definitely, the further and further you go on, it's going to get tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
In theory, Stockton would be the next opponent here, but we have to get past Auburn first.
Oh, great job there by Kamal. Going to get the double touch. Christian with the outlet pass.
Passes on over. No, it's actually taking himself for a second. Battle in the corner. versus Kamal down center. Looks for a demo. This is the setup right here, but Battle, good interference.
Ball is toward the middle. The Saints are there for the close. Quint gonna put that one home in the demo. Perfect.
Jukes one, looks for the second. Does get stopped by Bro Turkey, but Quint is in the corner to keep this there. All Saints past half. It's gonna give Bro Turkey. Can he get the breakaway? No, Kamal is there for the save.
Wow, that looked like a world of trouble. All hold serve for the time being. Auburn not going away. They are pressing the action right now. They are pressing the attack. Quint going to be there for the touch off the front of the car there. If you get a second toucher, the Saints trying to end this game. They're going to find that third goal. Fantastic counterattack. Quint's going to bury that one in second.
Turkey now Battle into the corner. Instantly denied by Kamal as soon as he even crosses the halfway point here. Just having such a hard time finding anything started. Shot on target, nobody home, and Quint is going to seal the deal here with the
find over the middle. Second player there for the touch. Will they be able to find a second go here? But nothing going to go, and the net is looking a little bit vacant, and the ball actually going to roll just off the post, but not out of the woods yet. Still going, and Broco going to bury it in front of the Saints, and just like that, Auburn equalizes things at one with fire right now.
Yeah, without question. About that halfway point, and the pressure is still in the Saints zone. Trying to get this one out of here. Christian threads the needle. Can he find this one all the way to the back of the net? He absolutely will. Threads the needle and takes care of it. Goal.
Stick forward, just drive forward, bury that ball. And now the Saints once again going to take the lead in 2.5 minutes to play. Lots of time for both teams, but lots of time to do something stupid too.
Yeah, just got to watch out for those all-ins as we see one absolutely profit. Kamal going to secure this one. That fourth goal went in, that their winner's bracket run would have been dead in the water right there, but they're going to keep themselves in there. 2 goals, still plenty of time to make something happen. Nice pass from Kamal, and what a play coming out there from the Saints offense. Now not going to end up finding it, but Trap is there for the rebound on top of the rebound. Bussy knocks it down, crossbar down, not going to end up finding the shot the first time by. Second one will, though. Bussy's going to get the lead here for Stockton.
Yeah, great job by Bussy to get that redirection in the net.
Here from the side of the Saints, there we go. Got Stockton with the lead nice and early. Shot on target there for St. Clair would have been solid, but the counter-attack is going to do it. Kamal's going to get the answer.
Exactly what you need.
They're not landing as freely as they used to, and we'd expect nothing less coming out here to the Stockton squad. Big pass to Quint, shot on target, big save from Bussy, rebound though, and Christian's going to brute force it through.
Yeah, that was 2 or 3 shots.
For this first CRL Sunday, definitely the first seed in this squad. And definitely playing as such would be a massive upset for the Saints to win. And if they keep making moves like that, we're going to make this easy.
Kamal and Quint
towards the net.
Yeah, and the one thing with 2 teams like this at such a high level, mistakes are going to be few and far between. So both teams, we're going to have to see some serious outplays or goals. Stockton with a beautiful passing.
Wow!
And Christian denies it at the goal line. The Saints hold on to the 2 goals.
Save coming out here from Christian. Can Kamal bring it the other way? Not going to be able to right now. It is going to be Top Cheese bringing it out himself in the skies, right at home, interfered with by Quint. Rebound, scores! Trap is going to get the side of Stockton on the board.
Holding up just enough now. 21 seconds to play. The Saints got to try to make something happen, and they got to make it happen fast.
That was a pretty nasty tip, to be honest. It's going towards the net. It's going to force a save, rebound, and Kamal's going to tie this one up with 14 seconds left.
That 1 goal on the counterattack, they're going to have to kind of work on the same style here. Great play off the net there, but they just can't get out this back foot. Stockton always stealing those corner boosts, finding ways to get these plays. Bussy stalling the ball out. Great little touch there by Kamal, and that's wide open, though. And will not be saved in time, and Stockton going to...
Through demoing everything like it's no tomorrow. Shot on target. Does end up actually going high after a bit of a redirect. That's going to be Quint up in the skies. Tries to knock it down. Shot is on target, and Christian is going to score 1 for Saints to get this no lead. Shot on target is going to get pushed aside, however. Now Top Cheese on the charge.
Yeah, you love to see this offense from the Saints. Top Cheese, a great little bump there. Going to find that second pass as well. Great little setup. Bussy going to be there, and Trap going to be there for the redirect in Stockton. They're going to fire right back over the midline. Try to find it over the middle here. Flip reset. Looks like it'll come through. Quint there for the deny, but both teams right now, any little hole will be exploited right now. Both teams just trying to find the answer. Trap going to get the touch, and the floater somehow goes through, and Stockton will send St. Clair to lowers. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And another question on everybody's minds, so we see a crawler through the crease here. Christian nearly finding that one. Is, of course, consistency. Can they continue to do this? Starting like that? Maybe they absolutely will be. Quint going to start.
1 goal lead, and things are getting dicey.
The one thing about this chaos, too, you have to remember, too, is with these shots just crossing through crease over and over again, this very well could turn around. And actually, hang on a minute, the counter attack from Kamal. I did not expect that to go
on game 5. Still 25 seconds to play, though. Stockton Definitely not out of it yet. Quint going to be there for the touch. Demo in net. Could be the
That's
angle
empty.
Stockton's looking for. Nobody's there to make the play. Great little touch. Double touch from Trap off the crossbar. Absolutely magnificent piece of work.
Nice little slow play with a fantastic clearing attempt, forcing two of the members of St. Clair to make their move. And thankfully, it's just going to end up going cross field. This will give Saints enough time to reset. As we do see a big pass, big shot, and sure enough, that is going to be Stockton taking the lead. Chase tries to get it past the members of Stockton, but cannot get the job done this time by Christian trying to battle it out. But now to Kamal off the wall. Can he get his own rebound? He's going to try.
Wow.
And he just broke out by himself.
Wow.
What a play.
From seemingly out of nowhere.
The nest right now as we see Christian battling it out right through the crease, but a little bit of an awkward angle though. Kamal's going to be able to get collect this one up, but not really necessarily a shot. An awkward bounce. Was that an own goal, or did Christian come in clutch?
I think Christian may have gotten a piece out there. We'll move on, and loser will have to go make that loser bracket run.
A fantastic setup, however, the pressure is still there. This is a pop fly through the crease. Can somebody get there? If Anthony is actually going to be the side of Stockton, that knocks it away. Shot on target, nobody home. And Trap is going to stop this momentum.
Sunday continuation on the line. Both teams fighting tooth and nail. This has been a back and forth battle so far. Both teams trying to break through. The Saints misplay the ball at mid, and Stockton's going to walk it down. Top Cheese gives them the lead. An absolute
Getting some work done so far here. Let's see if Christian can put some offense on.
Yeah, the Saints either have like 15, 20 saves and the defense is totally stout, or they're scoring 6 and 7 goals, and then it almost doesn't matter. Sweetness over the middle, though, from Kadomak. Gonna bury that.
A little bit less time to work with.
Yeah, and maybe it's not the end of the world for the Saints to kind of have a slow start, especially after like running the gauntlet and having such a crazy series earlier. It might take a little bit to get your feet back under you, kind of get that reset. Gonna find a shot there, and he is gonna squeak it between the defenders. Quentin Christian gonna get the ball intercepted in the offensive zone there. Christian going to try to knock this one out of there. Purdue looks like a mid-play. Christian, unfortunately, not a whole lot of boosted play. Was still going to find a way to get toward the net. A reverse tap, going to try to find the shot, and the follow comes through. There's Quint to hang it up, and
that extra speed onto that shot, which ended up turning into, or a pass that turned into a shot in the end. And it works out. Saints have themselves a lead once again, and it looks like they're here for some more as we have Quint going to find his second goal here of the. None of these opportunities coming here from Purdue really seem to be on targets, but they still do have some possession. Just can't quite find their mark, as the Saints are absolutely able to. Quint's going to get the scoring started up, get as much as they would have wanted.
And I love those little lob shots where either Quint or someone will lob the ball and they won't even try playing the ball. They just go to play the man instead and try to get him to make a mistake. Try to that might be a miscue, and it is indeed a miscue. Katamak gonna answer.
Like dump and just try not to get scored on.
The one good thing for the Saints you can kind of hang your hat on is that even though it's hard to really call that a mistake, because Christian definitely wasn't ready for the ball to be where it was. Kamal just couldn't get enough. What a shot off the ceiling by Kamal. This man.
However, no additional pressure, so just some clean shots, clean saves overall. Nothing too out of the ordinary to start things off here. Katamak off the backboard, shot on target, that's on the line, and Bomber Wild. It's going to start things off here for Purdue.
Yeah, you get
themselves in like a drag race position, which could have been troublesome, but they do at least push it aside this time. Quint's going to clear it for a moment's time, not quite.
Huge.
Big Demo's going to leave the door wide on open. Katamak's going to say thank you very much. I hope they've been kind of dealing with this entire series, slowly starting to fade away, as Purdue is not doing anything super fancy. They're not necessarily like giving them on slots of aggression, but they are leaving things wide open. Okay, Christian is going to
over there. He'll find the demo as well. Saints maybe get a shot on net here. That's a good little shot toward the corner, but will be denied by Katamak. And now Quint still on the attack, though. Both Saints trying to play the two-man game. As a third for follow. Kamal's there, and they find the goal. All three members getting involved. Tic-tac-toe. Board here. It looks like actually they're going to play toward the corner. They want to play possession and just kill this clock. 13 seconds left from sweeping Purdue.
Christian was literally breakdancing with the car on the tip of the crease,
it's over.
And they are going to seal the deal. Quint with the play style will be the same here. VESPA, granted, they're always aggressive in their own right. We'll have to see, but I believe that's going to be, let's see here, Nivis, who's going to actually be right there to set up Accio. Is that how we want to pronounce it?
Very weird angle. Christian somehow getting across there for the save. So VESPA, this is a pretty high level of aggression, and they're finding a lot of holes in the defense, it seems, as well.
As we see, it's going to be Aiko once again going to find the back of the net, tucks it into the right corner after just picking it up to receive the pass, is necessarily on the same level or on the same page. So we'll have to see moving on forward here if they can get some of that confidence back. But a play like that could make trouble. Nivis, his first goal of the series, is going to get back.
close, and now Vespa immediately up 1-0 again. So St. Clair got to find some way to finally get a goal on the board and try to get this chain broken.
Without question, an awkward pop fly here off the start. The demo's going to go down, but what about the teammate? Aiko is going to secure goal. Without question, we see now Kamal looking to do just that. No boost in hands for the time being, however. Quins looks for the steal. Not going to happen. 1-on-2. They hunt them down. They secure it. This is just textbook action. This does work out. He's up in the skies looking for the 1-on-1, but it is going to be stopped by Aiko.
Yeah, great read by Aiko. Sitting on that the entire time, just perfectly reading it. There to make the save. Now Nivis going to get the interception. Maybe find a shot over the middle. Saints give it away in their own end, and just like they're going to get demo. Quint's going to find the demo. Saints maybe can find a hole in the net, but just not quite. The respawn should come through momentarily as well, and Vespa's going to clear it for the time being. They actually might have